Hello, my name is Larry Belfield. Welcome to the show. Sorry about the noise in the background. What that is the hard-working men and women of America heading on off to work right now and building this country for you and me. That's what that sound is. So, we're at a precipice. We're at the cusp of a few things here. Let me get my microphone right here. We got a problem. I started off talking about real estate. I keep referring back to my original statement, whereas I was originally just trying to find a way around it. You know, give you 5 examples of how to get around a realtor or whatever. And then I started to go to the beginning of real estate, and what it has led me to is a great many things. There's many times that I wanted to just stop and give you a brief overview answer, and then just continue on. This is the ultimate time. This is the last time this basically happened. Like I said, I've been studying from February basically to October, just every day, every morning, because of the facts that I've been finding, how interesting it was, and basically how compelling I was to go through the research. And then basically to, I'm going through our written documented history, so it actually felt good to really learn about, sales and, cups and plates and cloth and shoes and ships and deliveries and mail and things like that. And these are the things that build our world and build our country, what we're made out of, all these little jobs. And so we're at a point where we're in history where all I'm seeing, all I'm looking at, and all I'm finding out is war, right? So I turned to my Bible, as you know, we've in the Bible, and I realized that most of this is documented. Most of this, there's reasons for it, and most of this is history. So growing up, a lot of people want convincing that the Bible is real, and it was hard for me to convince that you're looking at real historical facts here. But it's even more harder now that we're looking at all this bloodshed, and then we're going to explain it with a book. One book is going to explain all of this bloodshed, all of this fighting, all of this killing. And actually, I was pretty upset. I was pretty grief-stricken that I didn't have an answer. I didn't have a thesis for my show, and then it keeps going on and on and on. And I keep finding more and more information, and I'm not finding any answers to anything. And I was real devastated. I was tripping. I was mad. I was frustrated. I'd given up on this becoming a show because it became too heavily involved with religion, became too heavily involved with cultures, and I didn't want to, mix up the fray or get involved in any of that. But in studying and in searching for the truth, I've actually found a great deal of answers. Once I kept going, the actual ultimate answer that led me to have the strength to fight on to continue this journey was actually one book in the Bible. So yes, one book can actually change things. One word can change things if you know where to look. I was asleep, dead asleep, and I was watching YouTube. And when you watch YouTube, the content keeps rolling on and on and on all night. So I was looking up a lot of biblical references and a lot of things to do with the Bible and a lot of things to do with the Word and a lot of things to do with war and a lot of things to do with, the fighting and all of the inquisitions and things like that. And I came across this book on YouTube. It was actually a movie. And this changed everything. It flipped the whole thing upside down. Why would men fight as hard as they do? Why would countries want to take over another country? Why do we have conflict at all? Why do we ever fight? What is the fight about? And I realized that we're not ruled, by governments. We're ruled by principles and principalities. And that's hard to get. It's hard to understand, especially when it comes out of the Bible. Most people don't want to understand or look at it or even, try to interpret it. But I'm going to interpret it for you right now. Why is all the fighting and the devastation and the bloodshed happening? It is because of this one book in the Bible that actually this movie does it quite tastefully. I'm going to give you the link in the description of the book of Ruth. It tells the tale of a priestess of the Philistines who left her way and escaped her country and went to a Jewish country to escape the devastating effects of child sacrificing. So I don't want to startle you and to scare you, but this stuff is prevalent in the Word. There's no reason to actually go to war with another country unless they're doing something that is so outrageous that that it can't even be forgiven, not even in the furthest reaches of your mind. Some countries do believe in that act, into sacrifice. A lot of countries did, actually, more than countries that believed in not. In fact, as it is written, there was only very few men that chose not to do that certain type of activity. So many did choose it. I believe this is what most of these Bible references are referring to, is to weed this type of behavior out of mankind. We see, snakes, and you see wolves, and you see bears, and you think, that's the way it is. You see sharks, and then you think that's how it is. What we live on is a different plane. We have a different understanding, a deeper understanding of the life and the magical connection that binds us all. It's more than just the physical property of us having skin and bones and blood. There's more to the human nature. There's more to even animals than just their hair, their skin, their eyes, and what they're thinking in their head. There's more to them than that. It goes deeper. It goes further. It goes far-reaching. We're here meant to live in lifetimes. We shouldn't cut anyone's life short. We shouldn't take anyone's life for granted. And we should ultimately appreciate everyone's life and give them all the rights that they need and that all the rights that every other person has. And we shouldn't be sacrificing one in order to serve ourselves. You see? And this is why Jesus told stories about leaving 99 sheep to search for one sheep. Because I care so compassionately about all my sheep that I would not actually give up one. I would give up all of them to search for the one that I lost. These are radical ideas at the time, where people see that it's the bad time, it's lean time, and things are not going right, and the weather is bad, and things are bad, and they believe that it's time to do what is necessary. But there was a different way. There was another way. See, this way. The way that you live now. Peace and harmony, and have everyone having equal rights, and an equal share, and an equal place, and an equal life. That does not exist in the time that we're reading right now. Men are doing dastardly and crazy things. They're not living by the law. They're living by their own imaginations. They're living by their own hearts. And their hearts are controlled by evil. The problem is that it is so ingrained into these societies that it is it is a crime to speak against them. It is sacrilege to actually try to turn away. To disagree could incite pain or murder upon yourself. That's why we suffer so much at their hand. That's why there's so much devastation of people being wiped out and whole cities going down, because they might not agree with your way of life. And if we want to stop it, or if we don't want our people to deal with it, then all of a sudden that's a problem for you too, and that causes conflict. Now, I want you to take deep concern and deep thought and deep recognition when you go into this story. The story of Ruth is a tale that I believe everyone should know. How a high priestess of a sacrificing government, a government that sacrifices, a high priestess left her lavish life to live as a worker in the fields of the Jewish community, because they did not sacrifice. Now please take your time, get your family together, and enjoy this tale.